So this time we talking about religion and all the spiritual things that's going on in this world right now.
Um, but when you say spiritual things, what you mean?
I mean, ain't that self-explanatory?
I mean, okay, so you mean like spiritual warfare?
No.
Okay, so what you mean? It's not
If I
self-explanatory.
meant spiritual warfare, I would have said spiritual warfare. I just mean all the spiritual shit we got going on nowadays. You see how people are acting and how different it's been compared to probably the last 10 years.
So that's technically spiritual warfare. You're in it's a war going on in the supernatural.
Call it what you want. And if
That's
this
what it
motherfucker
is.
on this motherfucking motorcycle don't stop revving that bitch up.
Nah, that's what it is.
What's your thoughts on that though? And we just gonna get into it.
Mm, I mean, it's always been here. It's always been around. I think now people's eyes are opened more to everything that's going on. Whereas before, like, it was like they weren't paying attention, but it was in their face.
No, I don't think it's been the way it. Yeah, I don't think it's been here like it like it is today. Go ahead.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying how it is now, because now it's like bad. But it's always been like a battle between like the supernatural and the natural. It's always been there. It just hasn't been as bad like it is now.
Yeah, people is actually feeling this shit now. This is the most I've ever seen in my whole entire life. People constantly talking about God and the world ending and all that. They've been talking about the world ending for years before we was probably even born. Well, yeah, of course, the Mayans and all that. But you didn't have this many people talking about God, the devil, and the world ending this much. I've never seen this shit before.
Yeah, because people didn't think it was real. Like, people didn't think none of this stuff was real until, like, you get on social media and you see people talk about their different testimonies that they have or how they passed away and came back. Like, stuff like that is like a huge eye opener. And it's always been talked about in churches, but it's more out there. Like, now it's beyond just in the church, because it's like people are like, "Oh, okay, yeah, something ain't right. This ain't normal." Like, all these people going around killing people, like the lady, what she do? During the eclipse, she had I think her baby and her daughter, and like she was finna kill all of them. Like, stuff like that. Like, people back then, like, they would ignore it because they didn't
No,
believe it.
it wasn't that they was ignoring it. It just wasn't broadcast at the same rate that's being broadcasted in these days. Like you're seeing this shit every single day. You're hearing about this shit every single day because motherfuckers want to make songs talking about oh, this motherfucker dead, ha ha ha, making jokes about the shit. And motherfuckers is becoming numb to the shit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the TV shows we had, like even like the early 2000s TV shows or even movies, whatever, you can see the shit and be like, oh, that shit's fake.
Mm-hmm.
But shit is getting way too realistic with this. The
Mm-hmm.
movies, the television shows, the music, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all this shit is getting too realistic because it's not fake shit that's being talked about. A lot of the shit that motherfuckers is talking about nowadays is real shit. All you gotta do is look on the internet to see it, or turn on the fucking TV, and you gonna see the shit.
Yeah, like it's always been in our faces.
Not like this.
But my thing
Motherfuckers
is,
ain't even hiding it. They used to put subliminal messages and all that type of
so
shit.
that's my thing. It's always been in our face. Always. It's just now, like, think about it. They're creating more horror movies, more demonic movies than they have ever done. Like, it's right there. Cartoons, right there. It's just now people, like I said, their eyes are open to it. But it's always been there. It ain't like they were like taking a break or freaking sleep. No, like this stuff has been happening. It's just now it's gotten serious. Like it's gotten to that level where it's like either you pray, surrender to God, or you keep doing what you're doing. Like that's literally where we're at. And that's all you see on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Like that's the main thing they say. Get yourselves together.
You know what I'm starting to see too?
What?
Motherfuckers is giving up for real. Like, even with this last week, I've been seeing it in everybody, not just like a select amount of people, but everybody.
Mm.
Everybody's starting to give up. Everybody's fucking tired. Like we all go through different shit in life. Everybody's fucking tired.
Yeah.
Even the call I had yesterday that you heard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is getting tired. Mind you, they're 13 hours away.
Yeah.
Literally 13 hours away from each other. And it sounds like they going through the same exact shit.
Yeah.
People fucking across the United States is probably going through the same shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like everybody is tired. I don't know what they're tired of or what they got going on. Even for me, like my situation ain't necessarily bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, excuse me, at all. But it's like I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm tired of. I'm just tired.
And that's the thing. And like that's why when we used to talk on the phone, I would always talk in a spiritual context because everything is not in the natural. Like you're not always being attacked in the natural. It's always supernatural. It's always the person who is basically special, who has a gift. Always. Like the person you were talking to, he was all about God. He was getting his life together, right? So, of course, the enemy is going to attack 10 times harder. Because that's what he does. That's exactly like what he does. He attacks the people that are trying to get closer to God because he don't want that. Even in your situation, you're trying to change. You're trying to be better. He does not want none of that. He wants chaos. He wants confusion. He wants people being depressed. So everything that is going on, the reason why you and other people are tired and not really understanding why is because your flesh and your spirit is literally fighting
No,
constantly.
see, here's the thing though. It's not select people. That's what I was saying earlier. It's everybody. Like, if you really pay attention, even some shit I've seen with you, like just the shit you go on, like the shit you do on a day-to-day basis. Even yesterday when I had went out and shit, and you was talking about I'm just tired of being in the house right now. Let's go out on the weekend. It's like the same shit. People are getting tired of just normal, everyday shit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like the responsibilities behind it. Motherfuckers is trying to figure out everything they got going on in life, whatever. And it seems like nobody's content,
Yeah.
like at all. You can have the best shit going on in life and still not be content. Look at all the fucking celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to be in their situation, and these motherfuckers is damn near miserable if you really look at what they got going on.
Hell, Kanye said it himself.
This man is a fucking billionaire, and motherfuckers is calling him crazy. He's doing whatever he's doing to make other motherfuckers happier and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we see him, it's like this motherfucker's stressed out or whatever. And Kanye as a person too, from what I seen, because I don't know him personally or whatever, he seems like that's crazy that you even bring him up.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, because earlier I was driving or whatever, right? And he had popped up in my head or whatever. And I was like, motherfuckers love calling Kanye crazy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody understands what he goes through as a human being.
Yeah.
Like, nobody understands that shit. Because 99% of this world has not achieved what he's achieved, nor have they been through what the fuck he's been through to get to where he's at. Otherwise, a lot more people would be in his situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how can you call somebody like Kanye crazy or whatever when you don't even know what the fuck he's been through and the shit he goes through on a day-to-day basis?
That's true. But that goes from like anybody though. Like everybody be quick to judge a person.
Here's the difference though. When you've been through a lot of the same shit as another regular person, then it's like, okay, that's understandable. Y'all didn't walk a similar path throughout your life. Y'all might not have done all of the same shit, but y'all can relate to each other a lot more.
Yeah.
How many people do you know can say they relate to Kanye West and like say 10 different scenarios?
Not a lot. Well, none at all, actually.
You don't know not one person.
Mm-mm.
And that's what I'm getting at. It's like you couldn't even say one scenario that Kanye has been in and you can be like, oh yeah, I relate to that shit.
Yeah.
But you can do that probably with somebody that lives down the street. Be like, oh, I didn't went up to the store the other day or whatever, got this and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're in a similar environment. I can tell you now, I've never been in a similar environment to Kanye West or nobody of his stature.
Yeah.
But a motherfucker up the street, I could be like, oh yeah, I probably did way more than him.
Yeah.
But compared to Kanye, hell no.
I mean, but that's different. Like, you can relate to someone, but people be quick to judge though, even when they can relate. Like this is the most judgmental society, and that even goes
Nah, it
for
was way worse back
Christians.
then. I ain't gonna cap.
No, I'm
Before we was
saying in
born, like
general.
the 1900s, even probably past that shit, them motherfuckers was getting stoned.
Yeah.
They still do that shit today.
No, but I'm just saying in general, people in general are just judgmental. No matter what you do, what you wear, who you love, it's always something. And I could never understand how people can just judge a person without you even knowing them. Like, that is so crazy to me.
That shit all starts from self though. I just had a conversation. It was a music conversation though.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even going to dwell into that. But the moral of it was, people don't want to see you nor anybody else doing better than them, especially if they know you or they can have a conversation, contact you or anything. They don't want to see you doing better than them.
Yeah.
Like that shit makes people mad. And then on top of that too, if you're in a fucked up situation, you doing worse than what they doing, they gonna look down on you. They gonna sit there and talk shit to your face or behind your back, like, oh, this motherfucker's
But that's
going
so
through it.
sad.
And whoa.
That's pitiful.
Motherfuckers is miserable nowadays. And the reason why is because nobody's where the fuck they feel like they deserve to be in life. Like, I can't name one person I know that can tell you, oh, I'm exactly where I want to be at in life.
Yeah.
We want so much as human beings. And we don't even know the reason why we want the shit we want. Even my goals. Sometimes I sit back and I think to myself, like, is my shit even realistic?
Mm.
Like, is my shit is achievable, I know.
Mm-hmm.
If I actually put the work in and I continue to have the right mindset. But at the same time, it's like there's certain shit that we want in life, and it's like we all know life ain't fair.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like we come up with some unreasonable shit. For what reason, I don't know, but the shit is completely unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers be like, oh, I want to be a multimillionaire. Some motherfuckers want to be famous.
Mm.
Some motherfuckers want to be drug lords. Some motherfuckers just want to be known for being killers. Some niggas want to be feared and a whole bunch of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But going into shit like that, it's like, all right, if you want to be a multimillionaire, what the fuck are you doing to become that?
Faith without works is dead.
Fact. Motherfuckers that sit on the couch all day. Be kicking it with their partners all fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
Or just be bullshitting in general and expect $1 million or multiple millions to fall in their lap. It's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You gotta put some kind of work in. You gotta do something. Like no one that is successful has got their success from just sitting there and not doing it.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the conversation too, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people are scared to fail. I just had a conversation with Smith about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I had a whole conversation with him about failing. The people that are successful in life, yeah, that was a part of the other conversation too. But successful people have failed 1,000,000 times and eventually they succeeded.
Yeah.
They failed but kept going. They learned from their failures and kept shit moving.
Yeah.
Compared to people that's like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. And the reason why I'm not gonna do it is because I'm scared to fail, or
Mhm.
I can't accept this if this was to happen. And
Yeah.
it's like, excuse
They
me,
be ready to quit.
exactly, be ready to quit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't. I can guarantee you won't find too many of anybody that can tell you I haven't failed at all, but I'm
Mhm.
successful. The greatest people that's ever lived on this planet have all been failures,
Yeah.
but they learned from them failures and became successful. And that's my whole thing with just shit like that. But it all leads back to like the spirit shit.
Mhm.
Cause people, I don't know, man. People don't have the spirit nowadays to actually be successful and succeed. They will see people succeeding or whatever, successful, and be mad about the shit. Like,
Mhm.
because they don't agree with it. Like,
Yeah.
we got a lot of fucking dumbass music going on, as we both know.
Mhm.
And motherfuckers be like, oh, this artist is hot ass garbage or whatever. How the fuck did they make it? How did we allow this person to get famous?
Yeah.
It's because they did what the fuck they were supposed to do. Maybe motherfuckers don't agree with the shit they make or the shit that they do, but they put in the work to get where they are.
That's true.
They didn't give up on themselves. They probably failed a million fucking times, but eventually they got the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, back into like the main discussion. And it's like, even myself, I've been having a lot more conversations about God and just life in general.
Mhm.
Like way more often and all that. And I've been talking about some shit I thought I probably would never talk about for real.
Yeah.
Or even I've been having conversations I never even thought about having.
Mhm.
And it's not just like with one person either. It's multiple people because everybody's starting to get on the same type of shit. That's like they can feel some shit is going on, or some shit is about to happen.
Mhm. I think it's like a season of change going on because it's a lot of people that don't like how they been. It's a lot of people that aren't happy with who they are. Cause I've been seeing a lot of people who really didn't even believe in God, but it's like a whole switch done happened. And so I think, oh, anyways, so I think it's just a big season of change in all areas. But the thing is, you have to be prepared with what comes with that change. It ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna have temptations. You're gonna have days where you wanna backtrack. Like, it's not going to be easy. Which is why, like, I tell people if you really want to change your life, you have to first get right with God. First and foremost. Because you're not going to be able to do none of that by yourself. You can't.
here's the thing too. Not every just to keep it a buck. Not everybody's going to want to hear that,
That's true.
and it's not necessarily because they don't believe in God or whatever they got going on. But even my situation, I can speak for myself in regards to that.
Yeah.
There's people I actually talk to about God, and they like, bro, I ain't trying to hear that. Woo, woo, woo. But even me, I have my moments like the other night when we was talking about the whole situation. It's like some people feel like they giving God they all, and he like, bro, I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
And that's what drives people back to them being on a bullshit sometimes.
Yeah. But
You
that's the
be
thing.
seeing all the shit I be going through.
I do.
Like everything be cool until other people get involved, and that's the shit that bothers me because it's like, look, God, I didn't ask you, and like you, from what I'm experiencing or whatever, and this is just me thinking from a human perspective, because he probably got some shit in the works that I don't even know about.
Right.
But from a human perspective, it's like I know you got 1 billion plus other people you got to worry about.
Yeah.
But at this, like I said the other day, I know I am not that fucked up as a person. I've done fucked up shit. I admit to that. I sin, yes. But there's we got serial killers walking around this bitch. We got motherfuckers blowing shit up, all types of shit.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, I've done some shit. But at the same time, it's like, some of these motherfuckers is getting rewarded? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, fuck with me.
No, like, I understand that. I really do.
Hold on. My bad. Not to cut you off, but even like the Jeffrey Dahmer shit, that small shit, or the Ted Bundys and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers was getting praised. And it's like, ain't these niggas supposed to be bad? And then you got the motherfuckers that's trying to do right that will go through the most bullshit. And that's like the one sucky part about trying to be a better person and a good person.
It is.
You got to go through extra bullshit, and it's like,
it is.
What am I doing all this good for if I'm gonna be fucked over in the end? That's like a demoralizer.
Yeah.
Just knowing like you doing all this shit and you can't even get a break type shit.
Right. So
but that comes with the spirit shit too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like that's the thing. Like people always have that same question. Why do bad things happen to good people? And it's like I had to understand this because I was at a point of confusion myself. But I had to learn if he didn't put us in those certain situations, then we wouldn't even need him. Like, if our life went by smooth, perfect, we wouldn't need him. And he's a jealous God.
True enough. But at the same time, too, right? If you make it into heaven, like everything, like all your problems go away, right?
Right.
So it's like, if it's gonna be that way, if you make it to heaven, why can't we get a break here sometime? I know we all be doing some crazy ass shit and some shit he be looking at us like, why are you doing it? Yeah. But at the same time, I know he be seeing some of us come from the people that we used to be and transforming into new people.
Yeah.
And then he just start throwing more shit at you.
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's not good enough. Nah, you could do better. And it's like, he knows you, but at the same time, it's like, goddamn. Like, hold on.
But
let me get myself together to where at least when it's being thrown at me,
yeah,
I can at least like maneuver to where I'm supposed to be getting to where you need me to be. I know he puts us through situations we need to go through to get to where he wants us to be. But I ain't gonna cap. Sometimes I'll be like, God, bro. Dog. Dog. I know you got a plan, but dog.
Yeah, I get it. Because it's like, I had to learn all of our trials make us who we are. It literally builds us. All of our trials becomes our testimonies. Because I remember like those 3 years, it was like bullshit back to back to back to back.
When was that? You just gonna...
It was, my bad. Like 2020 to like around when the girls were born. 2020 to 2022. Bullshit. Back to back to back to back. And I thought it would never end. I thought I would never catch a freaking break. I was tired. I was beat down. Like, I felt like I couldn't go on. But I had to.
Now, with that being said, before you go into the next segment of that, did you feel like that brought you closer to God when he was going through all that? Or did you feel like at that point you wanted to push away and do your own thing?
You want to know what's crazy? The whole time I was going through all of that, I always kept a smile on my face. It's like I always knew I was going to be okay. Like he was always there. So it's like, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't have a weak point to where I was like, God, you ain't helping me. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to say everything was peaches and cream.
And that's really what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Just that right there.
Yeah. Like, no. Like, yes, I was pissed off because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I go to church every Sunday. Or I did. I sung. Well, that's before I moved.
No, see, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you feel like you doing everything the right way.
Yeah.
And then all this shit getting thrown in your face. And then you start questioning yourself like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm doing everything I feel that you asking of me.
Yeah.
And I feel like you over here punishing me.
Man, when I tell you, I was broken. Like, I was broken. And it was scary because I didn't even recognize myself. Like, nobody recognized me. That's how I knew it was that bad. But it was like, even though I was mad at him, it was like I knew I wasn't going to stay in that situation forever. And so it was like, once I had my breakthrough, once everything was, better, I had to realize everything that I went through, those 3 years, basically made me who I am now. It changed my mindset. It changed me physically, spiritually, emotionally. It was like I had to go through that. He put me in those situations for a reason. And it's crazy because even when I was in those situations, I was over here helping other people.
I ain't gonna lie, that right there be the worst. Like, And was it? Hey, I think 2021. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm finna go into some vulnerable shit in 2021. I tried to kill myself and I ended up getting put in a psych ward. They had me on all types of pills and shit. Like the Sticky Situation song that I was playing yesterday, day before yesterday, with the hook, and it was saying, how does it go? I don't sticky situations. Hold on, let me hold on. Cause I wrote the hook to it.
Yeah.
But like the matter of fact, I had wrote the whole song, so everything that was being said, even when I wasn't saying it, it was my word.
I don't wanna be in sticky situations. They have me taking medications, impatient, and I don't really care to be in your relations. I think you need to move on, 'cause I don't wanna be in sticky situations. They have me taking medications, impatient, and I don't really care to be in your relationship.
So during that whole time period, right? That was basically me coming damn near straight out of that whole entire situation of me coming out of the psych ward type shit. That's around that time, probably 7 months later, 7, 8 months later, some shit like that. But like all that shit right there, I wouldn't say it made me a better person because I had looked in the mirror, right? I'm in the psych ward at this point.
Yeah.
I looked in the mirror. My eyes is like completely black, like around my eyes and shit. And I'm like, nigga, I ain't never seen, this is me talking to myself in the mirror. Like, nigga, I ain't never seen you this weak in my fucking life. Nigga, you really just try to kill yourself. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm really sitting here talking to myself like I'm another person. Like, bro, I'm disappointed in you. You ain't never, you nor nobody else is ever supposed to see you this fucking weak or vulnerable. Ever. Cause motherfuckers like to look at you like you Superman, nigga, and you showing me right now you was not even close to Superman. You're fucking weak. And that's how I looked at myself. I told myself that day, nigga, you will never be that fucking weak again. And that's real shit. I'll never put myself in no situation like that again, nor see myself that fucking weak and helpless.
Yeah.
Like ever again. And that's how all the, like when you be hearing the music shit or whatever, you know all this shit is true shit. But it's like when do you hear the sad shit from me or whatever? That shit all stems from situations like that.
Yeah.
Like just the weak moment where my spirit was damn near broke or completely broke. Like that moment right there,
Yeah.
I was completely fucking broke. Not fucking financially, but spiritually. I was broke. Like all
Yeah.
bullshit aside. And as all this shit is going on, I'm paying motherfucking bills. Motherfuckers needed gas money and shit. Like, oh, I didn't got stuck here. I need to go to work. Motherfuckers needed clothes for their kids and whatever the fuck else.
Yeah.
And I'm giving this shit away. And I'm thinking this shit is gonna help me feel better or whatever. And the whole time it wasn't. It was putting me in a fucked up situation on both ends because I'm giving away thousands of fucking dollars to people. I don't know if I ever told you that story. Like, what was it? It was either 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2021. You know how I spend money, but I'm gonna go into it a little bit. So I had spent like 15, almost like 20,000 now that I think about it.
Mhm.
From January to February, 9,000 had went to other people, and then 15,000. Or no, them numbers is wrong. No, that's right. So it wasn't. Yeah, it was like 23,
Mhm.
24, 23, 24. 9,000 had went to other people, and 15,000 I was just doing dumb shit with. Like
Mhm.
I had about $7,000 worth of clothes, and then hella on shoes. That's why it's all these shoes around that I
Mhm.
don't never fucking wear. That's where it came from.
Mhm. Boy, I tell you.
Literally. Spent hella money on shoes and don't even wear them motherfuckers. I let other people wear them before I do.
That's crazy.
Like I had, what was it? It was some camouflage shoes. I can't remember the name of them, but
Mhm.
or the fucking brand. I let DJ use them as some fucking work shoes.
Mhm.
Never wore them motherfuckers besides like once or twice. It was like, yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy. Cause like it's crazy how like we were going through shit around the same time. Cause I remember I think that was 2020 after I had Mari or whatever. I had came into some money. I think about 20,000. And mind you, I didn't use the money for me. Like I got stuff for Mari, and if my family needed something, I gave it to them. And then at that time, when I was in a relationship, because how I am in relationships, I love to help my partner. I like to be there for him, whatever I need to do. And at that time, it was just like, okay, here, you need it more than I do. When, like, and I always been like this. I always thought about other people before me. I always took care of other people and just forgot about me. Like that's how I always been. And
Yeah, and
that's how
that
I
shit
am
don't be
now.
cool at all. Like,
No, it's not cool. It's not right. But it's like I'm such a caring person. Like I love and I love hard. So it's like if you're in my life and I see you need something and if I can help you out or provide whatever you need, that's basically what I'm gonna do. Especially when it comes to family. Like, my sister's situation. I didn't care. She needed it. That's all that basically mattered.
I ain't gonna cap. I used to be like that, but I realized you can't do that with everybody, no matter if it's family or not,
Yeah.
because that shit will break your spirit too.
Yeah.
Like, and you see how I am toward my family. I don't
Yeah.
fuck with majority of them for that reason right there.
Yeah.
Like I just went through that suicide story. That was another vital moment where I was already feeling like, fuck y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all motherfuckers ain't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers want to down talk me and criticize me because I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And I'm not getting help from you niggas. I'm helping y'all,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't call y'all and ask y'all for help with the shit I'm going through.
Yeah.
Like at all. Even to this day, I can call Like I can't think of one person I can call and be like, hey, bro, this is what's going on. I need your help with this. Not one person. Everybody would be like, oh yeah, I got you. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear from my jail situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I needed, how much was it? Excuse me. I think it was only like 10,000
Mm-hmm.
for a lawyer. Mind you. Excuse me. I had lost all my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Everything that belonged to me, I had lost the shit. I couldn't touch my fucking bank account or none of that. So I had pretty much no fucking money. Because I didn't even have my wallet.
Yeah.
No ID, no nothing. And I'm calling people like, hey, bruh, I need your help with this. Motherfuckers talking about, oh yeah, I'm finna get paid this much and woo. But I'm not getting no help with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, me being me, I had to figure some shit out. The shit worked out in the fucking end.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't nobody there to help me. Motherfuckers was talking about all this fucking money and all this shit. But when niggas needed help, it was like,
Yeah.
but mind you, if the roles was fucking reversed or whatever, it would have been like, oh yeah, I got you or whatever.
Yeah.
I could give you 5,000 right now, but that's it. You're gonna have to come up with the other 5.
Yeah.
But at least you halfway there at that point.
Yeah.
Compared to, hey, I ain't got shit.
No, for real.
And I can't help myself right now at all. Like I have no means or anything to get myself out of this situation.
Yeah.
And mind you, it was a bullshit ass situation from the jump in all actuality and reality, but the way that whole situation went down too, that was complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, y'all niggas know it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. And motherfuckers still ain't trying to look out. I know niggas is going through it.
Yeah.
If niggas can, because it was hella motherfuckers too. It's like if motherfuckers could all pitch in at least $150, $200, I'd be smooth. But niggas couldn't even do that. I would have took $5 fucking dollars. Literally, like that's how bad shit really was.
That's crazy.
And then on top of that, the fucking motherfuckers is talking about, oh yeah, we trying to give him 10 years and whoa. I'm looking at
10 years.
10 years.
Nigga, what? Okay, never mind.
And the niggas was nowhere to be found. But mind you, as soon as I start bouncing back, I start getting all my shit back.
Then
and
they came
all that.
back.
Yeah, they like, oh.
That's how it be.
Yeah, and it's like,
That's
motherfucker,
fucking
where was
wild.
y'all at when I needed y'all?
That's how
Y'all was
it
talking all this
be.
shit. Oh, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do that for you. Ain't none of that shit happen. Now, if I would have been sitting in jail or prison for 10 fucking years,
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers would be like, oh, free him.
That's it.
But at the same time, those are the same people I went to like, hey, I need help. And I don't do that shit.
That shit is so fuck. That's one thing that pisses me off. Like, you ain't there when I need you. But as soon as I'm straight, I'm good, you want to come back, be all buddy.
Yeah, and
Like,
you see what I do to people now. They be like,
Like-
hey, I ain't even got it.
Nah.
I ain't even got it. As soon as they call, what you want? Damn. Ooh. Well, I need a couple dollars. I ain't got it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Like
fucking
I'm cutting you
wild.
straight the fuck off before you can get into a bullshit ass story. And then at the very end be like, well, I need,
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not trying to have no small talk and none of that. Get to the fucking point. I know what you calling for.
Right.
Like, we not finna do none of that extra shit. Just get to the point. Let's get this shit over with so I can tell you I ain't got it. Just like y'all ain't had it when I needed it. Like my situation was fucking life changing. Literally, I was at a point in that situation to where I was going to lose everything I had worked for.
Yeah.
Legitimately everything, not just one thing, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I bounced back from that and I gained more shit from that. But
Well, I
during that
tell you.
whole entire time too, it was like I wasn't even really mad, but I was paying attention to the shit that was going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I couldn't blame God or nobody else because it was like,
I ain't gonna lie, situations like that open your eyes for real.
yeah, even the last shit,
Yeah.
like everything that's going on now with that whole entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I had already seen this shit, and I had already know from the get go because I told you my mindset already. It was like, nigga, leave.
Mm-hmm.
But certain
Like I
circumstances,
told you.
exactly. It's like you gotta certain shit you gotta stand on, even though you know it's fucked up.
No, yeah.
And that was one of them situations. It's like you can't just walk away from this type shit.
Yeah,
You
not to
can, but at the
mention,
same time, that's not in my character.
you had confirmation from other people.
And they didn't know
Like,
nothing other.
that's
Mind you,
the-
that was at the very beginning too.
Yeah.
Like I never forget when bruh told me he looked me dead in my eyes.
Yeah.
Didn't know the situation at all. He was like, "Leave."
Like that
And
right there.
I ain't gonna cap. I looked at him crazy. I'm like, "What you mean leave?" Like
Yeah.
I can't. That's a whole responsibility right there. I can't just leave that. That's not the
Yeah.
type of person I am, and you know that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was on point with what he was saying.
Yeah. Like stuff like that.
Like,
Be
he knew
nothing
too.
but
He
God,
never knew the whole situation. Never
Mhm.
knew the people that was a part of the situation.
Yeah.
Or none of that. This is like at the very beginning. I think it was like 2 months in, maybe 3.
That's wild.
Probably not even that on
You
some real
shoulda
shit.
left. Cause like stuff like that. Okay, so it's different if you just hear it. But when you get confirmation from people that don't even know your situation and they say the exact same thing you was thinking.
Now that I think about it, I think he was the first person to say that too. Cause it was like probably 4 or 5 people in total, but he was the first person to say something. Like
Man.
in the whole situation. Like he knew before shit even got bad, because shit wasn't even bad at that time. Like it wasn't bad at all. Like shit was actually cool.
Yeah.
It didn't get bad until like after the fact.
Yeah.
But he knew at the very beginning. Like when I say this man looked dead in my eyes, it was like he looked directly at my soul. He was looking past all the physical and all that. He looked into my soul and was like, leave.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, we're hard headed when it comes to stuff like that.
Not because you got to put in the circumstances
I
and all that.
understand
Like,
that.
I could understand if it was a different situation, but that kind of situation.
But okay, I get the circumstance. I do. But it's like that was God warning you right there.
Yeah, I had already knew though.
He's like, I done told you once. I done told you about 3 times. Okay, I'm finna just let this shit happen. And
Fair
that's
enough.
really how it be. Like, he literally gives us chances. Like,
But all right, so with that being said though,
Mhm.
and I don't mean to cut you off, but I need you to go deeper into this. All right, so considering the circumstances, right?
mhm.
If God is showing you all these signs, but at the same time, he's telling you you need to be this kind of person, right?
Mhm.
But he's giving you the signs to not be that person.
Mhm.
It's like you're at a crossroads.
Hold on, pause. You said He's telling you to be this kind of person.
It's written in his rules
to
be this kind of person.
Yeah.
But then he's giving you all the signs and telling you, don't be this person.
It's like you have options. You only got 2.
You get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
though? That's like, all right.
It's like a game, kind of.
See, I ain't gonna cap. I don't like the game
No,
shit.
but I'm saying.
Nah, for real, though. But at the same time, no. All right. What's the analogy I could use for that? All right. We gonna use a sandwich or some shit. I know it's gonna sound stupid, but it's gonna make sense.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So you're given an order to make a sandwich or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you go to fucking a fast food restaurant or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, take this off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you change the whole entire sandwich
Mm-hmm.
or burger, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that defeats the purpose of you getting this. If you order a cheeseburger and be like, take the cheese off.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the point of buying a cheeseburger
Yeah.
if you was going to take the cheese off? You could have just got a regular ass burger in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's my point. It's like, with that situation, it was like, I need you to be this kind of person, but my rules are saying to be this kind of person.
But
And that's where the shit gets hard.
are we still okay? So we're talking about that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can be this kind of person with the right person.
Nah, that's fair enough. But like I said, though, when he's telling you, like, it's in his rules, be this kind of person. It's the same situation with the burger. If you order a cheeseburger, you're expecting cheese to come back.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Ooh.
it's like we put ourselves in these certain
No,
situations.
I definitely put myself in that situation.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So basically, you hearing for yourself, leave. That right there
We
was
finna
like,
hit an hour too.
oh damn.
We gonna wrap this up after an hour.
All right, but that right there is like, okay, that's your first warning. Now let me just sit back and see what he do, right? So then you don't pay attention to that, right? Because of the type of person you are. Okay, so now he's like, oh, okay, he's still gonna go with this. All right, bet. Let me send somebody who he trusts or who he is close to.
That was the wrong word. You know it was.
But I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying the trust.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying, in general, just somebody you know that you talk to. Let me send them. Maybe he'll, understand then. Right? Boom. He says it. You still don't take heed to it. So he's like, all right.
All right, so look, hold on. All right, so you gotta also remember though, what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right.
That's true.
That advice was the right advice, but the action that would have followed if I would have went through with that advice would have been wrong.
So, okay. When he said that, was she already
what?
pregnant?
Yeah. That's what made him tell me. That's what I was saying. We were only like 2-3 months into it, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pregnancy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. He was like, I told him that or whatever, and he's like, leave. Now you get what I'm saying. It's like the information was right, but my action would have been wrong. Exactly.
Yeah. But my thing is, See, stuff like that, it's like you can't even see into the future. Cause it's like you think shit is gonna be, straight or whatever, and then it just
Here's
goes
the thing.
left.
I knew it wasn't like on some real shit.
Marco.
No, I knew it wasn't. And this was towards the end of the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I had a talk with somebody. I'm not gonna go into complete details about that, but they was like, the people that's around you now ain't gonna be around you in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And that shit happened.
Yeah.
Legitimately. I watched everybody leave one by one.
Yeah.
And as everybody was leaving, shit was progressively getting worse for me.
Mm-hmm.
Such as that whole that whole situation. Then, oh no, that wasn't even the start of it. The start of it, cause DJ was here actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, or no, before him, I ain't gonna speak on him, but
Mm-hmm.
he left. DJ came. He came. My brother came,
Mm-hmm.
and then around that time, the baby was born.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ left right after that. The situation happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then my brother left after that.
Mm-hmm.
And as all this shit is going on, like this crazy shit happening. My little sister passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting into it with the whole entire family.
Mm-hmm.
What else was going on? My money wasn't even right
Mm-hmm.
because dealing with that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out the ass with just whatever the fuck, paying for everything and all that. But that was on me, so I can't really blame nobody for that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was certain shit I was coming out of my pockets, paying for it. Shouldn't even have been shit I needed to be paying for.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so shit like that's going on. And then what else was it? It was some other shit. Yeah, I had some work shit going on or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that shit out. Yeah, just hella shit. And then I think by that point, me and you, I think we had just started talking around that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that situation happened.
Mm-hmm.
As all this shit is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you know the rest
I
of
ain't
it.
gonna lie. That was crazy.
We ain't gonna talk
No,
about that.
not that situation. I'm talking about everything you were basically going through.
Yeah. And people didn't know this shit because I wasn't
No.
talking about it. There were some people that knew like certain sections of it, but they never knew the full story of it.
Yeah.
So I'm literally walking around this motherfucker mad as fuck, sad as fuck, depressed as fuck,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to keep a smile on my face, the same shit you was doing or whatever. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like my fucking life is becoming turmoil right now.
Yeah.
I'm mad as fuck.
Yeah.
So I start just doing reckless ass shit, and I'm not even gonna cap about that. I start doing hella reckless shit.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Motherfucker, I'm going through some things. And I ain't got no motherfucker, no help at all.
Yeah. That was freaking wild. 'Cause
Literally,
it was like
mind
a
you,
domino.
it was one thing after another.
Yeah.
I had just finished with the jail shit,
Yeah.
because that shit lasted after like that whole situation was already done for some months. I had just finished with that, then had to deal with this shit. Even with the baby situation, there was some shit behind that. I'm not gonna go into full details,
Yeah.
but like I had to leave the hospital to go
Yeah.
handle some shit
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't even like we had already talked about the shit before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you just made me leave this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you earlier what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Now I'm missing some shit because of you.
Yeah.
And then motherfuckers wanted to look at me like I was wrong or whatever for spazzing out. I'm like, how am I wrong? And motherfuckers just didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
But I was always being painted as the bad guy with all these situations, truth be told.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really cleared the shit up. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I don't even really care like that.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers need to point the finger at somebody, and they gonna point it to the motherfucker that has the most shit going on, of course.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like bullshit going on, but just all the shit in general. Oh, this is going on. He's doing this. Oh, he's also doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here fucked up. So I'ma just say, yeah, he's the reason why type shit.
That's freaking wild.
But yeah, we gotta wrap this shit up too though.
Okay.
You got any closing remarks?
Do I have any closing remarks? No.
You ain't got a prayer or nothing.
Oh, prayer? I do that silently. We ain't there yet.
I had to ask.
Nah. I guess I could say
Give some motivation or
continue.
something.
Give me a minute. Jesus. Whatever battle that you are facing right now, don't give up. It's not the end. It's not over. Just hold on a little while longer, and I promise you, it'll get better. Sound like a whole preacher. I ain't like that.
All right, we gonna wrap it up. Nah, that shit cut off anyways.
Dang!
I knew that shit was gonna happen. I know I should have got up.